Hello everybody, and thank you for your attention, and thank you for the invitation to Elizabeth and all the team work. My name is Sitraka Forler. I'm a Qualitician web analyst and also a data scientist, and I'm currently working at Virtual Expo, which is a company, a Marseillaise one. So, we are firstly going to see my academic background, then the professional path. Then we will talk about my company, and I will explain you my job. Finally, I will try to give you pro tips, and we shall see that when the dean spoke about the importance of economics, he was right. It's kind of a gift to have this mindset. So, my academic background. I firstly tried to be a medic, a doctor too, but a medic first, and it was a tough year. I also know that some of you that will see this maybe during the, which is now the PASS, but was the PASSES. It was a tough year, it's just like the prépa, and you just do studying every day, and thank God it was possible to have some bridges between medicine and economics. It was tough the second year because I didn't saw any math during the medicine year, or I just saw statistics, but I think that in economics, statistics is indeed the most important subject, and econometrics that you shall see in the second year and third year is what we call most of the time data science. Data science can be summarized sometimes as econometrics, high-level econometrics. And also optimization is really an important course that you have to study because machine learning is optimization. After which then I integrated the Aix-Marseille School of Economics, and I learned some useful skills that I still use today that I'm currently trying to improve every day, as you will. And as you can see on this little graph, you will need to know what R squared is. You will need to know how to explain things. What are the coefficients? In your case studies, you will see that the oil price will have some impacts on the consumptions. In business, it is the same for consumers. You just see millions of data. And finally, there is one part, more than the technical one, there is the human part, which is project management. Working in teams, working with your body is simple. You know it. You know him or she. Working in a project management with 7 people, that's what business is. You are not in a two or three team, but with 10 people, and you need to know who will do what is his deadline. So my professional background. I was in the junior data analyst, which is in AMSE. I forgot to put it, but I didn't. My first internship was with a teacher of the AMSE. It was with Gilles Dufresneau, and I did, guess what? Econometrics. So it was fun. And the junior data analyst is an association that I can't say that you don't have to go. You have to go. It's great. You will learn a lot of things. You will learn that your data sets will never be prepared. You will have to clean it by yourself or pray for it. And when we were in the GDA with Thomas or Audrey, most of the contracts you have is, hey, we are a company and life is hard. The data set is BS, to be polite. Please, can you help us? So data literacy is a subject that is spoken about since 2015. It's still have to be improved. Then my master internship was at ST Microelectronics. It was at Rossé, so it is still in the region. Thanks to that internship, I improved my level in R, which we learned with Pierre Michel also, and I used some tools that were mostly used by ST, and this is also a part in the business. You have knowledge, but they have their own softwares, and they will form you. So I also encourage you to try the alternance and all that stuff to gain as much possible experience. Also be curious, because even if we do, our major is economics, you need to know a little bit about computer science and just a little stuff. We learned about SQL, but you will also need to know a little basics of HTML. Finally, right now, I'm working at Virtual Expo, but we will talk more later. And as I said, teamwork is really important in everyday life. And in the master I did, which is Master APE, we had three courses with teams of 8, and it's really different from just working with your buddy. So, what is Virtual Expo? As I said, it is a French company who tries to be as much international as possible. It's a B2B marketplace. So what is a B2B is business to business mainly, and they have 6 portals, which is 6 websites selling informations, selling products to businesses. So it is a startup. We are 200, and it's a little bit cliche, but it's an open space with baby food and all that stuff. But it's really nice to have such a workplace. To say it's even, it was elected one of the great places to work. There are, you can see it, but 25 nationalities in it, because it is an international company which is in the region. Oh, so Virtual Expo, as I said, it's 6 websites. You know how the market works. There are 2 curves you must know, the supply and demand. Well, you can apply it because the job of this company, because it's a B2B, it's just a platform. And the data is new oil is also an old adage, and it's still true. You can have added value from all the data you get from the customer. And this is really important to keep in mind, because you can't see, because I didn't put the numbers, but there is nearly 1 million products for direct industry, 500,000 for Medical Expo, and the number of products sold is increasing every day. The number of people visiting the website, wanting information, is increasing every day. In my job, I mainly use one tool that we love too much about, is Excel. To do simple linear regression, to do graphs, to do reports, Excel is your best friend. But you will also need to work on your technical skills about Python, R, Pandas, and NumPy are the libraries you will love. And finally, SQL, which is a Erwan Gaelic course. We learned also NoSQL, but today, at this point of the year, SQL is structured query languages, and if the company is not bad, they prefer to use it because they don't need a NoSQL. Also, there is another point to speak about the importance of economics. There is Philippe Aguillon, which is a French economist, and we need to be on the technical border, la frontière technologique. And since we are a startup, we also use new tools like Dataiku and the Hugging Face, which is top machine learning things for many things, and mainly for NLPs that I'm currently working on. There is one detail on this Hugging Face that you must see. It is this. Who knows GitHub in the assembly right now? Please raise your hand. Great. Many people, because there was 3 months ago I spoke with one of the students, and he was like, what is GitHub? If you want to work in data science and you don't have a GitHub, if you don't know what a repository is, well, you're still students. It's not that hard. It's not a big deal. But it will be hard to convince anybody that you really like data science, you really did data science, if you don't get a repository. So, to find an internship, those are my pro tips. You have to refer yourself to microeconomics, with Michael Spence's theory, signaling theory, and Arrow with the lemon markets. As I said, why is it important for you to have a GitHub? It's convenient for your work, and it shows that you worked. So this is the basics of signaling. All the previous people who talked say that you need to show to the HR teams that you know what you are doing, that you are willing to. You are there, therefore, you are sending a signal. Signal is, I know what I'm doing, I want to learn more. So, do a website. It will also help you with web scraping. Do a GitHub repository. Go to the majors to find an internship. If you are French, I say that APEC is the best. If you are not French, it can still help you, but don't forget to play with the concurrency. It is important. And keep faith. I was in APE. We had some courses with the people of Central and also with the EBDS. So we were not focused on econometrics and big data, but if you can show that you have the faith to do it and the will to do it, it will pass. So have faith, have a nice day, and thank you for your attention.